Good morning! Welcome back to our channel. We have a lot of things that we have to get done around this house today because we've been gone for several days and we just got back. We got a crazy house. Oh, are you not happy right now? Are you pushing? What's wrong? What are you so upset about? Do you want mommy to hold you? I think he wants a bottle. You want a bottle?
Mom.
Yeah, a bottle. Let's see if we can get these boys some food in their tummies. What are you doing? You want a drink? You want a drink?
Yeah.
Okay. You want some juice?
Yeah.
Orange juice? Here you go. There we go. Are you boys having a good drink? Okay, should we get you boys a snack? Dad and Grandpa gave them breakfast this morning, so they are all set on breakfast, but they're asking for a snack, so we're gonna give them a snack. One for you.
Yeah.
One for you. And here are some raisins. Oh, and here's some raisins for you, Zekies. You guys are gonna have your granola bar, raisins, and banana. While they're eating that, I'm gonna try to see if I can pick things up because my sister-in-law is coming this afternoon. She's going to get things deep cleaned. She does some deep cleaning on the side for a job. Anyhow, I had to get things picked up because she is coming to clean. Okay, they're still eating their snack. As I was cleaning the living room, I decided I was gonna set a goal for myself to try to get everything in this house picked up before they are done with their snack. And they're getting close, so I need to start getting the move on it. Okay, living room is done. The back room all picked up and clean. We got the kitchen cleaned up. Oh man, I think I lost. Well, Zeke's still going. Edward, are you all done with your snack? Do you want to go play?
No.
Do you want to go play outside?
No. Play.
Do you want to watch Spanish?
Spanish.
Okay, let's get you cleaned up so you can watch Spanish. Yeah. Whoa. So I technically did not achieve the goal I was trying to achieve, which was to finish picking the house up before the kids were done. I did beat Ezekiel. He eats, but in his defense, he eats a lot more. And by the boys' request, they want to watch Spanish. So we're gonna get some Spanish on for these little guys. We'll throw that on the TV here. Alright, they're gonna watch that. I might as well get a load of laundry started while they're doing that. Maybe even put some clothes away upstairs. Basically, this room is done. Then we got the bathroom, things are off of the floor. This needs to go to the attic, but otherwise the hallway is clear. Then we got the office pretty much picked up as well. I'm gonna take care of this stuff just to get it out of the way and take it to the attic. I got all our clothes picked up and put away, the boys' clothes all put away as well, and then I'm going to start a load of laundry here in a little bit, but I didn't want to do that just yet because as I was going down to get some laundry in the wash, I smelled something so bad it could not be ignored. Ezekiel had pooped, so I went and tended to that, and it was such a nasty diaper and it smelled so bad and it was all over the place. I just figured it's just time for a bath. Let's do baths early today. So they're taking their baths, they're playing with the bubbles, they're gonna get cleaned up. They look so happy. Do you love bubble baths? Yeah. Zekies, do you love bubble baths? Yeah. Aww, that makes me so happy. That's water. Agua. No, don't drink the water. Don't drink the water. That's not meant for drinking, that's meant for bathing. No, don't drink the water. My little guy here wanted out early. It's the best when one of them does want to get out early because then you can just sit there and cuddle the one like a little baby. We are getting to just spend some quality time on the toilet while my other little boy is still happy in the water. You're so crazy. Is your brother being crazy in the water? Yeah, he's being crazy. All right, looks like we got snack time again. We got bread, toast, and butter, and we're gonna do a fruit cup. We want a fruit cup, Zekies? Did that sound good? Edward, where are your pants at, sir? The boys are sleeping right now. They shouldn't be too long. After they wake up, we're gonna get them ready, and then we're gonna head over to the farm because Cole and I are gonna just kind of walk the renovation. Hope is just to kind of see where we're at and just like really just think together, walk through the house and just kind of like envision where things are going and where we're headed. So we're gonna bundle up these babies and we're gonna go do that. And it sounds like they're gonna be getting a move on working on their house again soon. So with us figuring things out for the layout of the kitchen and the layout of different things, I think just kind of walking through the house and being there physically to just kind of feel things out a little bit are gonna help us to envision it a little bit further. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go check on these babies. I think they should be waking up here very, very soon, and then we'll head out and go do that. Before they begin to wake up, I'm going to gather their things and make sure everything is ready for us to just head out as soon as they wake up. All right, the boys are all loaded up. We're gonna head out now. You boys ready?
Yeah.
Do you like your cracker, Edward? Is it good? Do you love it? I want to give a huge shout out to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. As you guys may know, we have been living with my in-laws for the last year and a half, and during that time, we've been sleeping on a queen size mattress. So when FlexiSpot reached out and offered us a bed frame, we could not have been more thrilled because our in-laws were getting rid of their king size mattress. So the timing was perfect. Once we got this frame set up, we were actually blown away because it is beautiful. Check this bed frame out. This is our new bed setup, and I could not be more excited. If you're looking for the perfect bedroom setup that's stylish, easy to maintain, and built to last, let me introduce you to two game changers: the FlexiSpot Japanese joinery bed frame and this washable rug. This Japanese joinery design means no tools or complicated hardware. Just slide the pieces together and you're done. Assembly just takes 10 minutes. That's it. And check this out. No squeaking! The slates are secured with Velcro, and the recessed legs keep the frame stable against the walls. Plus, it's made from 100% sustainable rubber wood, so it's both durable and eco-friendly. Plus, with 10.2 inches of clearance, you get extra storage space for suitcases, bins, or even a robot vacuum, because let's be honest, no one likes dust bunnies. And to complete the look, it's paired with this washable rug, because what's a cozy bedroom without a soft, stylish rug? This rug is super easy to assemble and disassemble. Just piece together the pad, secure the corners with the Velcro, and lay the rug on top. No curling edges, no slipping, and the best part is it's machine washable. When it gets dirty, just toss it in the wash, and yes, even the large sizes. And since it lays flat, it's also vacuum friendly, making cleaning effortless. This bed frame and rug combo gives you a sleek, comfortable, and low maintenance bedroom setup. What are you waiting for? Order this now and get the bed frame delivered in just 3 to 5 days. Click the link below and use my exclusive code NAVEOFF to get an additional $30 off your bed frame. I just love how sturdy the FlexiSpot bed frame is. It looks sleek, it feels solid, and the price, it's totally worth it. Upgrade your sleep and style with FlexiSpot and this washable rug today. We just got to the house and we haven't gone inside yet, but I just want to take a second to say how much I appreciate my husband. If you know Cole, then you know how busy he is. He's always working, he's constantly moving, like, so for him to take a break from his day and from everything just to be here with us means so much to me. I feel like things are about to start moving super fast, so just having this moment to dream, plan, and even just pray over it all is really special to me. Seeing the house like this in its bones really helps us envision what's to come and what our home will feel like. A lot of what we're doing is DIY, so we're figuring things out as we go. I don't know, just standing in the space like this makes it all feel so real. We're also planning on praying over the house today and over the work that's going to be done and over everything coming. This is going to be our home. But first, we need to go in so that we can just take it all in. So, Edward, ready?
Yeah.
Vamonos!
Mama,
You boys ready? It's cold out there. It's cold.
Vamonos! Edward, this is our house.
At the moment, the house project is kind of in two different parts. We have the new addition, aka the underground movie theater, and then the stuff that has not been built yet. And then we have the existing house. The existing house is all ready to be wired up. It's all ready to be plumbed. And then once we get that done, then we're looking at insulation for sound dampening, and then drywall, and then paint, flooring, cabinets, that kind of stuff. So this side is much more advanced than the other side. So we're just gonna break this down into, I guess, what we have coming next and how things are going to look.
And bringing the babies into the picture, like just kind of being here with us, we're moving along. Our house is coming together.
Nava.
That's right. We're gonna give you guys a tour, just kind of tell you guys what we're doing here in the house. It's been a while. I don't remember the last time I filmed or where we left off at on my channel on like what's going on with our home. But we're just gonna walk you through room by room and just kind of tell you the vision, the plan, like what we're thinking. We're just kind of starting to get somewhere, and planning is starting to become very real, very like we gotta start planning. So that's what we're doing today.
Right here we have the entryway. This, in the future, once we get everything built on the addition side, is actually going to be the gym over here. You will not have outside access through this door. It's going to be a gym on the other side of it. When we come up the little set of stairs here, we get to our landing. Our main entrance to the house is actually going to be located over here. Where this window is, we're actually going to have a doorway here, and then that's going to take us down a ramp, and then we'll be able to shoot straight into the garage. So that is where we are going to be coming in.
So try to envision this is going to be a long hallway.
Yes, this
that
hallway
leads
is going to be like 40 feet long.
Yeah.
4 feet wide, 40 feet long. There's going to be doorways on the right side of it.
Yeah.
And then on the end, on the left side, is going to be the mud room. And then at the very end will be the door that takes us into the garage.
So then you walk through the very long hallway and you enter into this area of our home. This will be entering into our kitchen. So there'll probably be a big island here because it's what we wanted. But then also we walk this way out of our kitchen and into our pantry area. This is my dream pantry. I never had one growing up. Like, we didn't have a pantry. We had cabinets stuffed with all our groceries and things, and I don't know where I picked up a little bit of OCD, but I like things to have its own place and for it to always be the same place. And so to have this giant pantry that we're gonna have, it's gonna be so neat to be able to organize things in a very nice manner instead of things just kind of being thrown into the pantry. This is a really, really cool thing. I cannot wait to see that come to life.
Hey, dude. Careful, bud. Careful. What did the car do to you? Oh, yeah. Get him. Get him.
I know that Cole has mentioned a few times that he wants to add a sink in here, and I am not fully on board with that idea just yet, but he can convince me. I'm just not fully convinced yet.
At the moment, I am actively in the middle of designing how the pantry is going to be laid out, at least in the iPad app that I have, so that way we can start actually visualizing things and getting measurements and then see how things are actually going to lay. We're still just in a lot of conceptual stuff. One freezer for sure. I would like to do two, so that way we can just do everything in here. And then the sink thing, absolutely not necessary, but sometimes when you're back here and you have something that, say, leaked in the freezer or something and you want to clean it off, I know it's not hard to bring it into the kitchen, but if we have something in here, like if we're doing canning or something too and you need to clean something off, you'll just be able to do it right in here. It wouldn't be a big sink, but I guess it's just something I've been kind of thinking about.
And as for the kitchen, it's probably one of my favorite rooms in the house. I'm really excited about it because it's probably going to be one of the rooms in the house that I spend the most time in. And we've been thinking about this one a lot. Like we've been fidgeting, well, Cole has been fidgeting with the iPad to just kind of come up with a really good game plan with our kitchen design and layout.
Fridge is going to be right on the end and then there'll be cabinets.
Yes, right on the end, and then there's going to be cabinets, and we'll have cabinets up top as well. I think in front of the window is where we decided we're gonna have like a prep sink. So that's where we can like wash veggies and fruits, and just a smaller than like normal size sink. And then right in the center of the kitchen is going to be the heart of the kitchen, the stove. And we're thinking this gorgeous stove that's big for big family events, being able to cook multiple things on the stovetop. I know Cole mentioned we wanna have 2 ovens, which I am actually completely for. It never fails. You run into a situation where you have to cook things at different temperatures at different times, and you have to wait for the one thing to come out of the oven before you can throw in the next thing, and then you're waiting, and then the other one's getting cold. Okay, I don't know how moms do it. I have not figured out the super mom of capabilities of figuring out how to cook things very quickly and fast enough to make it all. I just can't. Like, that is why I make the main dish, and that's it. But having a second oven is going to make things easier for us to be able to cook multiple things at once, and a lot more of such multiple things. But anyhow, so we're gonna have 2, and then we're gonna have a really cool, I'm really excited about this. The plan is to have a range hood. I have never had a range hood. Have you had?
No, I have not, or at least not one that works. And Nave and I both think range hoods look really ugly.
We don't like the look of them, but we like what they do and what they provide for our families, which
Especially when your mom is making salsa.
yeah, we're all coughing and choking.
It's bad.
To run across to the other side of the house. Yeah. Salsa making, it's not for the weak. But so we're gonna have a range hood, and I'm really looking forward to that because that means we don't have to choke on salsa when my mom's over.
The boys are providing us a lot of entertainment right now. They keep getting into screws, and Edward just found a hole in the floor where he is dropping all the screws. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, there's a hole in the floor. You drop a wrench in there. Whoa, dude. You gotta use that. You don't want to lose it. So at the moment, we are thinking an island right in the middle of the kitchen, and it's gonna go this way, not this way. And it's going to be 5 feet wide and 8 feet long. And then it will go refrigerator. Then it's going to go countertop into the corner. And then we're gonna have the sink just past the corner. And then there's gonna be like 3 feet between the sink and the stove. So this is all going to be prep area beside the refrigerator. And then we will also have the island here in the middle, and then we'll have the stove, and then after the stove, this corner is going to be clean. It's going to come all the way around, and then right here in the middle of this wall, we are going to have another sink. And right now this wall looks completely different than what it's going to be in the future. That door is going to be coming out, and then we are going to be adding in Neva's favorite part,
a huge window, and not just any huge window, like three big windows. I'm really excited about that because we love natural lighting, and we are going to be swamped with natural lighting in the kitchen where I hang out the most.
and then there's going to be a dishwasher on each side of this sink.
Is that what you were talking about, the dishwasher?
No, I was talking about the window.
Okay, because every time someone comes into the kitchen, I always like introduce them to the dishwasher. Like first, like I literally take them, and I literally go like this. This is what I do. Come into my kitchen, and then I walk them over, and I'm like, now this is my favorite part of the kitchen, and I show them the dishwasher. I did not grow up with the dishwasher. I did everything by hand, and a lot of the times, mom and dad wanted me to wash the dishes, which okay, I understand. Like sometimes you gotta wash the dishes, but I hated it. So Cole is being the best husband ever and providing us with two dishwashers, not one, but 2.
These boys like those screws. Food's laying out, boys. Food's laying out. It's right there. Yeah, you don't need screws. You don't need screws. The whole 2 of everything in the kitchen is my idea, and I have been pushing it on Nave. Nave says we just need 1 of them, but I look at things as maximum overload usage. So like the sink, for example, when someone's cooking and then there's 3 other people that are trying to wash their hands at the same time when we have some sort of family holiday event or something, then it's just congested, and I don't want that. So the 2 sinks will be the alleviation for that, and while we're starting from ground zero here, that is the cheapest and easiest time to do it. So that's what we're going to be doing. The same thing applies with the dishwashers as well as the stove.
Overall, that is what we hope for our kitchen. We've kind of sat down through it and thought it through, but ultimately the designers are going to tell us what they think is best after what we come up with. So we'll see what we end up doing with it. We just know this is what we desire.
We do have a couple challenges in the kitchen. Number 1, our oven is going to be right in the middle of where that beam comes down. So in order for us to be able to vent out our vent hood, we're going to have to figure out how to do that. And then also we have this big beam that's holding up the ceiling above us, so that way we didn't have to have a wall right here. And we have 2 options. We can either lower our ceiling down about 1 foot, which I don't want to do, or we can put in beams. So if we're putting in beams, that gives us a little problem with our cabinets, because we want to run our cabinets all the way to the ceiling, and running a ceiling cabinet with a beam going right inside of it looks weird. So we're trying to figure out a couple options on what we can do to make that look good. We think we have some ideas, but once again, we got to run this by the designers so that way they can be putting us on the right step forward. This next room right off of the side of the kitchen is one that Nave and I have gone back and forth on a little bit.
A little bit? A lot of it. We're not really certain exactly what we want to do with this room. I have an idea of what I want. I know Cole is like for whatever I want to do, but I'm not fully certain. I don't know if we're going to turn this into our dining room or if this is going to be like a sitting room. I think there's a purpose for either or, but I'm just not fully certain. So if you guys have any ideas, I originally thought this would be a really cool room for a seating area because I thought that I would really like to have two French doors, or a French door, so it's two doors that open, and it goes off into the porch. And this is technically the front door. We won't probably use it as our front door, but it's gonna be a luxury that we have to be able to walk out into our porch. But just envision it, like these doors open and you walk into this really beautiful, cozy setup of a seating area. That sounds like a dream to me. I love that. But I also think that having a dining room can serve its purpose too, especially for holidays and big events, like having a big dining room table for all to gather around. But I keep reminding myself that we will have an island that will seat about 12 of us, if not more. So it's just something that we're not fully certain on where we want to go with this room yet.
I'm actually leaning towards making this room into a seating visiting area because of the wall that's behind me. This is the pantry wall, and with the way that it's laid out, right here is where the door starts to get into it. And then on this side, we have the stairs. So when you come down the stairs, you're actually going to be coming right around this corner. And then this is pretty much a hallway area. So it looks like a really big room, but by the time you get a big table in here with some chairs and 10 people, it's really going to cut up on the space. And honestly, dining rooms used to be used a lot more, probably 50 years ago. But now with the kitchen island, we're going to be doing a lot of eating there. And the dining room table is going to be more for bigger family events. So think Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. You use it a couple times a year, but you're walking through this room all of the time. And with what we're wanting to do in our garage, we're wanting to make a kitchenette out there. So when we do the big family events for holidays and such, it's going to be out there anyway. So we wouldn't be doing it in here. So to me, it makes more sense to have this be a nice seated visiting talking area.
You see why I'm conflicted? Like they both sound like it would be a good idea. Cole really likes the seating area idea, and I do too, but also like a dining room table, like that sounds good too. I don't know.
And then another thing that I think about is, let's say we're entertaining a few guests and we're also making food at the same time and they want somewhere nice and comfortable to sit, or you're doing something every 20 minutes or so in the kitchen preparing food. Being able to sit over there, you'd still be able to maintain things. You can talk to people while the conversation's still going on, and it's nice and comfortable. So honestly, I really like the idea of the seating area there. I just don't know how we're gonna go about designing it yet.
Okay, if we want to talk about this room being a seating area, I have ideas on how we're going to design it, but I'll spare you guys the details for now.
And then as for the French doors, Neva and I did drive around town and we found some pretty fancy houses that had French doors on the front of them. And those houses were getting into about the 20-year-old range. And a lot of them had storm doors on the front of their French doors. And honestly, the French doors did not look very good, or at least I didn't think they looked good once they started getting old. And then also, this is the west side of the house. We get most of our wind from the west. So having two doors right here, I just don't really think that that is the best idea because of that.
But tell me, it would look beautiful, wouldn't it?
I think having just a wide, big door with a nice big glass thing in it, and then maybe you could have the glass panels on the side so you're still getting the light in. I think that would be a better option than two doors.
Ezekiel, we have to try to convince your dad on the French doors, okay? We will do our best. You gotta start doing your research, little man. Sounds good?
Ezekiel and I are going to show you guys the living room. We are now walking into what we would call the grand family room, or are we just calling it a living room? Do we want to be fancy and call it the grand room?
There we go. We got the boys watching Spanish right now while they're eating a snack and getting a drink of water. And Edward found a marker. All right, bud. Thank you. So the layout of our living room is we have a big doorway over there, and then there's a big doorway over here. They're both identical to each other, so you can get into the living room from two different directions. Now, this room is a really cool shape, and it's super long, but it's not very wide, which is what gives Neva a couple problems.
I feel like this room is just such an awkward shape. Like the fact that we would only be able to really just kind of put our couch here and then possibly a TV there. It doesn't give us much room for rearranging the living room in different ways, you know, throughout our life. Like we're really limited on where we want to put the furniture and where we have to put it. And so I was just kind of discussing the idea of possibly expanding to the north.
We already have the roof over here for the porch, so it would just be eliminating porch space. Basically, everything that is right here would just get pushed out to about there. So we'd end up picking up about another 8 feet, which would give us a lot more room in here. We'd have a lot more options.
We'd have a little bit more variety in this room. I really think that just kind of making it more square is gonna make us more happy in the end. Like Cole has mentioned before, we're doing it now, so we might as well do it how we want to do it. I wasn't really happy with the size of this living room, though it seems like it's really big because it's really long. It's not very wide, like Cole said, and so we're just so limited on space. And we have a lot of family members to try to fit into this small space for Christmas and holidays and get-togethers, and we just want more room to be able to run around and play games and hang out and just do life together. So we're gonna try to expand, or we're hoping to expand to the north.
We're not trying to sound weird about this room being small, because compared to most living rooms, this thing is absolutely ginormous. But since we have the 2 big doorways coming in, pretty much this whole spot right here, same with the other side, is going to be a dedicated walking space, and so is this entire area. Basically, for me, over that way is all going to be hallway, and then that gives us from here back as areas to put furniture. And if we have the couch right here, it doesn't really give you a lot of room over here. It just kind of makes this awkward corner where you can't really put anything, but it's just going to be this kind of medium-sized open space. And then you're going to have the same thing over in the bump out. And so that's our concern. It's just going to be really weird when it comes to styling this thing.
Yeah.
Where if we take this wall and push it back about 8 feet, it's going to give us a lot more options. We can turn the room this way if we want to. We can technically turn the living room that way if we wanted to. We can turn it that way if we wanted to.
Exactly.
Or we could have it this way.
Ezekiel, do you have an idea of how we can make it work, buddy? Do you know how to do it? Oh, are we gonna need some nails? Yeah, we'll probably need a lot of nails to fix it, right? Okay. Will you start collecting all the nails? Thanks, buddy.
It also sounds a little weird that we're so concerned about the living room when we also have the underground movie theater, but the living room and the underground movie theater are going to be serving 2 different purposes.
Absolutely. Yeah, like this is going to be more of like our family space where we get to, chat and talk and play games and just do different things like that. It's just more interactive. Whereas downstairs in the underground movie theater, it's literally going to serve the purpose of watching a movie in a space that's like, we are watching a movie. That's it. So they're 2 very different rooms.
I feel like we're watching one of those shows where it's like a couple comes in and the one's like a freelancing dolphin trainer and makes like $3 million a year, and they're saying all these things they need for their house. I feel like that's kind of what we're doing right now, but since we're building it ourselves, it's entirely different.
Yes.
And we're truly just trying to think of every need possible and try to make it as accommodating space as possible for our entire family as well. So this is not going to be just an us thing. We're going to be having a lot of people through here.
I think also, like, to elaborate on what Cole is saying, like, we have literally dreamt so big about what we want for our home and the purpose that we want it to serve, but we want it to be a space where, like, people walk in and they just feel like they are at home. Like, we want it to be super inviting, super cozy, super warm, and just, like, when they walk in, like, they just feel like they are welcomed. And so, not only that, but we are literally thinking years down the road, like, our future family, our kids as kids, like, when they have kids and they have family, like, we want this to be the space that people want to come back to. And so we want to make it as comfortable as possible, as roomy as possible, as accommodating as possible for our future family and the different events that we want to host. Because truly, I believe it in my heart that we are going to be young for so long. And even when we're old and it doesn't matter, we are going to want our family to get together and be a family. And to have a home where we can provide that environment, we're going to do it. We're really excited to do that, and that's our hope.
We were actually just running into this the other day with planning Easter coming up, trying to find a house that's big enough to be able to have the whole family there. It's a problem for our family, so getting this done will be the solution to that problem.
Correct. that's so accurate. So overall, this is our floor number 1, or the main floor, however you want to call it. The main floor, that is our hope and our vision for this space. This is such a beautiful sight to see because soon this will be their future room. So this is kind of foreshadowing what's to come here.
Coming up from downstairs to the upstairs, we come into this big open hallway area. We decided to not put the ceiling end back here when we were replacing everything because we wanted to be able to highlight the peaks of the roof. And so it's actually going to be a big balcony up above us. There's not a lot of room up there. We'll go up there a little bit, but it's just going to make a really cool space down here. And then we are going to be putting the stairs over here. They are obviously not in yet. But the plan is to keep this area open, kind of a commons area of sorts. And then once we build the addition on over here, it's going to be tying into that as well. So all the hallways for the second floor of that will be tied in over here. It'll be really cool when it's done. But right now it looks a little chaotic.
We haven't really discussed the vision for up here yet, besides like this is going to be, the kids' rooms.
This would be like a proper master bedroom in a house. It's just all the rooms are going to be pretty much this size.
We're just really trying to just create like a space that's not cramped. We want it to be very open, very clean looking. And, a lot of times smaller rooms, like you get a desk in it, you get a dresser in there, you get your bed, maybe even a closet in there. It gets very cramped and very tight very quickly. And our hope was to just provide a space for the boys that is very clean, very open, very bright and lively.
Nave and I both grew up in rooms that were about 12 by 12. So by the time we got our bed in there and a dresser, you had a little bookshelf or something on the side, and that was about what you had space for. So here, since we have the space to do it, we're going to open these things up and we're going to make them into some pretty cool rooms.
Little man, is this going to be your room someday? Yeah. Where are you going to put your bed? Right there? Where are you going to put your desk? Where's your desk going to go? You're not going to have a desk, mister. Yes, you are. You're going to be learning a lot of new things. You're going to need a desk. Is your desk going to go over here in this corner?
No.
You have your books here?
Going out into the commons area, we can then drop into the other master bedroom that is going to be up in here. This one also has a bump out. Super cool. We are going to be changing the layout of what we have in here right now. At the moment, we have this set up as bathroom and closet, but this closet is a little bit long and dungeon-like. So we're actually going to turn this wall 90 degrees, and so it ended up going this way, and then we'll have closet and bathroom. It does look a little weird right now in the existing house because we only have 2 bedrooms upstairs. Once we get the addition built on the other side, we're going to have more bedrooms there, and then things will start to look a whole lot more proportional. But I guess we do have one more room up here on the second floor. We have this utility room, so we got our sub panel in here. So if we trip a breaker up here, we can just do it here. We don't have to go down into the basement. And then in the ceiling of this little room, we have a spot where we're going to be putting our air handler. So I'm going up the stairs right now that we're kind of thinking about taking out. We got the other stairs right there, so we have nice easy access up into the attic. And then when we come up into the attic, there's a lot of work to be done up here yet. We got to get all these angles down and figure out how to get things braced and whatnot, so that way stuff can float the way that it's supposed to float without having a bunch of walls everywhere. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like yet. The designer is supposed to be taking care of that, but we somehow keep getting birds up here, and I have no idea how. There are 2 of them. Oh, I wonder if they're coming in the basement and then they fly up the stairs. That would actually make sense. But yeah, this is what we got up here in the attic right now. It's going to be a super cool space. We're planning on keeping this open just like this. So we'll have a railing up here, but you will be able to look down. And then the addition is going to tie in over there as well. So this is going to be super cool with all the high peaks and the ability to look down. So I'm really looking forward to this room once everything is done. And I'm looking forward to designing it and honestly building it. It's going to be pretty entertaining.
And this is our basement down here. This originally was where we would do the washer, where we would wash clothes. We had our washer and dryer in this room. Back here was just occupied space, but Cole and I cleared it out and they've been working really hard in this basement, but I don't really for sure know exactly what we're planning on doing with this spot in the basement. Then we venture over to our addition. The underground movie theater is what Cole likes to call it, because that's what this space is going to be. Cole would be the one to be able to explain the vision for this room a little bit better than I would, but I'm just going to try to put it into words as best as I can. We're going to have staggered seating here. There's going to be a really big, nice white screen over there for watching movies. It's going to be projected from over here on this end. Probably have some storage space over here somewhere for blankets and all the other things to make your experience more cozy in the movie theater. We'll walk through the movie theater area and we'll come out to this room. I really, truly haven't been overstepping on the plans and the ideas that my husband has. I think it's really cool and admirable that he's been learning all these new things to be able to build this side of the house with his own two hands and the help of his friends. I'm just really proud of him for doing that. Truly, he's learned so much from this experience. So honestly, this side of the house has been so worth building, just for the sense that my husband has learned a lot, has gained a lot of knowledge on houses, on building things, on foundations, on construction. And so it is priceless to me, this side of the house. It's just priceless. If you guys have any ideas, any thoughts, any insight on what we could be doing with these rooms, we really want to be very efficient with our house, and we're thinking really hard about how we want to go about it, because we want to make this a space that we truly use. Wow, look at that sunset. That's so beautiful. Babe, I almost forgot what it looks like over here when the sun is setting. We got a good view for when the sun sets over here, don't we? Oh, yeah. That's gorgeous.
Big valley down below. You can see a long ways.
Wow. I miss this. Let's move back in.
That's something you take for granted when you live here. You don't realize you live on this huge valley and you can see super far away.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Ezekiel needs a diaper change?
Ezekiel, do you need a diaper change, bud? No, you look good. Okay. It's probably been about a year since Neva and I have both been over here and witnessed a sunset together. So we're just kind of taking the moment and thinking when we lived over here and before we started this project. And we're also looking forward to the future over here on the house. So we're just going to sit here and enjoy the sunset and come up with some more ideas and spend some time together as a family. And we're going to be praying over the house and for many blessings to come here in the future. And for everybody who comes here, and honestly for everybody who drives by and sees it, we pray blessings upon you guys. We want this place to be a place of peace, a place of blessing for people to be able to experience and enjoy and bring joy and relaxation and happiness. We want all of those things for everybody. And so I'm just out of words right now. This is a very cool experience, and I'm glad that I get to do it with my family, and I'm glad that we get to share it with you guys too.